I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Ms.Marvel issue number 11. Kamala Khan is at a crossroads in her life, and what she does next will dictate her future as a superhero. What'll happen? Let's hop on in and find out, shall we? So, as with every issue in this newest Civil War II related arc, this comic opens up with a flashback, only this time it's modern age. Bruno is trying to get his hands on those bangles that, as we've seen, shown to us have been in Kamala's family since, well, pretty much since the beginning. Kamala's mom worries about her daughter and tries to get Bruno to come clean about what she's been doing as of recently. He doesn't brag and doesn't tell her that she's Ms.Marvel, but he does say that he wants to help her and that he thinks these bangles might make a great addition to a costume. I mean, not a costume, she's not a superhero. Huh, really, that's the origins of those bangly things. I never do, as they say in Freakazoid. Now you know the rest of the origin story. Now in the present, things still aren't exactly going too great for our hero. Bruno is in a coma, and Ms.Marvel is going to have to make a move against her friend and mentor Carol Danvers by attempting to prove to her, with the help of the Canadian ninja gang, that Ulysses' future visions are flawed. To do this, they end up staging a bomb attack which catches the eye of Becky, the leader of the young Alpha Flight cadets who has been picking a fight with Marvel since this whole thing started. The plan works, and basic Becky ends up going after a threat that turns out to be totally bunk, as there were no actual bombs. Well, okay, there was one bomb, but that was only because Hijinks wanted to make the whole thing look good. This all ends up leading to a gigantic three-way battle between Ms.Marvel, Becky, and the Canadian ninjas, who talk about their Toronto style of martial art. Oh, the most deadly style, the TO style. Ms.Marvel's distress beacon, though, we find out is Kamala's real ace in the hole, used to summon Captain Marvel only in times of great emergency, and this would definitely qualify as a great emergency. Only, here's the swerve, though. Even though Kamala has compiled a ton of really pretty irrefutable evidence about how flawed Ulysses and future crime is, Captain Marvel just straight up and down doesn't care. More than that, she gets really mean with Kamala, saying that she disgraced the name and the colors that were given to her. And just to really put the nail in on the coffin too, Hijinks the Canadian ninja actually invokes that Tom Cruise movie that has basically the same plot as Civil War II, you know the one. It turns into a really ugly little back and forth between Captain Marvel and Ms.Marvel, so much to the point that Kamala says, "Look, Carol, everything you're doing right now, none of it will bring Rhodey back, you know that, right?" Later, Iron Man makes the scene and the two end up walking off together, having grown a great deal closer, what with all the horrible things that have been happening in Civil War II so far, and seeing as Ms.Marvel is down a mentor, looks like she's gonna need a new one, and Tony fits that bill. Later that night, Kamala rushes to the hospital when she hears that Bruno finally got out of his coma. Unfortunately, he's not doing so hot, what with having lost the use of his dominant hand. He fears that his life as a creator, a scientist, and engineer might be over, and that all those great school scholarships he's amassed will now go away. His last hope is a school in Wakanda that is willing to accept him, and he plans to go there as soon as he's healed. He also wants nothing more to do with Kamala, Ms.Marvel, or superheroes in general. As you might have guessed, Kamala is absolutely utterly crushed by this news, and she leaves the hospital not knowing what she's going to do next with her life, seeing as her best friend and mentor have both abandoned her. Ms.Marvel number 11 was a really emotional, really effective finale to this Civil War tie-in arc. Even if, when at its best, the story still couldn't help but invoke how silly a lot of the stuff in Civil War II is, like Captain Marvel not listening to reason no matter how much evidence is put in front of her. But hey, if anyone's gonna hit that home and really drive the nail into Carol, I'm glad it was at least G. Willow Wilson and Ms.Marvel who got to do it here in this book. In a weird way, Kamala is kind of a microcosm of all the fans reading this event right here. She feels confused, she feels hurt, she feels scared, and she doesn't know what's going to happen next. Overall, I would feel comfortable giving this book an 8 out of 10, and for more stories about the younger heroes of the Marvel Universe and their growing discontentment over what their older counterparts are doing, be sure to check out Champions number 1 that comes out this week. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.